Hey y'all, have you seen in a minute, huh? So, today I'm gonna finally talk about the game I wanted to make the video about for the fucking longest time in the history of the universe. This game is called Valheim. And you know what's good about this game? This game is one of those really weird ones for me because I really love this game from one point and I really hate it. I absolutely cannot stand it in some points. And I'm gonna talk about all this in the beginning. I actually wanted to make it like a proper video, with graphics, with clips and all that bullshit, but I actually spent like a month doing it, doing clips and all that, but then I burnt out and I'm like, fuck this. Fuck this. And now, you know what? If you want to see the graphics and cool graphics, like shooting and like examples of that, you can imagine that shit, okay? You have an imagination. I do have an imagination too, so suck it, boy. Suck it. Okay? Now, let's get to brass tacks. So, Valheim. There's actually a lot of stuff which is really good about Valheim. For example, there's a lot of good mechanics in it, like building, really good. Fighting, pretty good. It's pretty easy to cheat. For example, if you fight like bigger enemies, it's really easy to dodge. It's not like Elden Ring quality at all. It's really simple, but it's also kind of enjoyable. A lot of effects, a lot of screen shakes. Like, it feels really good. It feels really good to do. Also, there was like mining, wood cutting, all that bullshit. There's a lot of different mechanics. Getting fish, by the way. Getting fish, fishing. Also pretty good, yeah. And, all of that is pretty good, pretty decent. There's no really, I'm not even trying to complain about this part. The core gameplay of this game is absolutely amazing. What I really have problem to is two things. First is balance, and the second, three things, you know what? First is balance, second is the enemy difference, because there's not that much difference in enemies, and there's not that much enemy types in each location, and third is difficulty / balance. What did I say first? Fuck! My memory is so bad, bro. Like, I'm fucking ADHD brainiac, probably. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's talk about enemies first, because that's what I want to remember, okay? Enemies. So what I can say about enemies in Valheim. You see, there's a little problem that this is pretty much the linear game. You have a world which is generated, right? Randomly generated, procedurally generated. We're using smart wars. We are smart boys in here, so it's procedurally generated, and basically the game is linear. You go to the map, you go to the part of the map, to the biome, you clear the biome, you get the resources, the berries, the wood, the ores, all that bullshit. You kill mobs, then you get all the stuff you need, get some dungeons, right? You get all the stuff you need to fight a boss, and you finally have a boss fight. And of course you craft all this bullshit and all that. To prepare for the boss and for the maps as well, for the dungeons. And that's basically how you go from the location to location. It's pretty much what it really reminds me of, how it blocks going between locations. You can basically go to every location, except for like the last one, Ashlands. But you can pretty much go to any location and it's not gonna like block with the wall of fucking steel. It's not gonna give like extremely cold or extremely hot in there, so that some mods like Twilight Forest, for example, does it. And it's really hard blocking, but here is more of a... Each location is more difficult than the rest, as first thing. And the second thing is, you kinda need some kind of item from the boss of your location to be able to fully enjoy the next one. For example, really good example, there is a second location called Black Forest, and you need to kill I think it was the tree guy, right? The tree guy, the big guy. Big ass fucking tree which you, for some reason, cannot light on fire, like, the ants from the Lord of the Rings. Remember that? Well, you can't really do that. But when you kill him, you get a key. And this key allows you to access the swamp's dungeons, if I remember that correctly, right? Iron key, you the door and you get into the dungeon, and then you can mine the iron ore, which is really important. Iron's pretty good. Iron is one of the most important materials in the entire game. Really fucking good shit, okay? And so this is how it blocks. So kinda, the game is non-linear, but it is linear at the same time because it's linear progression. And of course, every location becomes harder and harder every time. It becomes harder. And that's how it fucking happens, okay? That's how it fucking happens. And there's no problem with this kind of progression. I kind of actually like this because it clearly shows the player that if you go to the location and you get one shot by everything, probably it's not a good idea to go there. Probably you are too early, or you need to upgrade your stuff, and then you might be able to go. Or what it also could mean is that if you can't really open some door, and if you can't get in somewhere, right? If you can't really craft something you really need, maybe because you are not in the right location, you need to go to the other one, explore that. So this is really good. This part I pretty much enjoy. What's problematic though is the amount of different mobs, amount of different enemies you actually need to fight. For example, there is let me think about it. First location is Meadows, and it's pretty good. It's like a basic location. There's not a lot of enemies, but you don't really worry about it because they're only starting out. Then there's Black Forest, one of the biggest enemy differences in the entire game. We're not talking about fucking DLCs. Not DLCs, updates. We're not talking about updates yet. But Black Forest. Then there is the swamps, which a lot of people don't like because it's not smoothie, it's dark, all that. But I really like that. I wonder why. I really wonder why. Huh. And there's mountains, and this is where the problem begins with the amount of content, because the mountains, it's one of the most empty fucking locations in the entire game. There's only like 3 types of enemies: drakes, wolves, these golems, and they can actually push you out of the mountain, and push you out of the mountain. What I was talking about? No, there's forest type, which is like dire wolves. Like werewolves, like one of those bullshitters, yeah. And but it's really empty. There's not much. There's only like a few caves, a few eggs and shit, and that's it. That's really it. And it's kind of annoying as well, which is kind of also a really good topic to talk about. But when you go to plains, it has more amount of enemies, but you also start to notice that these locations don't really have that much types of enemies as they kind of should, probably. It's probably a game should have in general. And this is where you start to notice that there is maybe not that much content as you would like. For example, really another good example of not having enough content what you actually would like is, let me think about it, enemy types. Not enemy types, weapon types. There is a lot of different weapon types, don't get me wrong. There's axes, which you also can lumberjack and shit. There is swords, spears, maces, you know, all that stuff. There's two-handed weapons, like boom, bitch, on the head of some monster. All that is valid, and bows, of course. And even more types which Mistland sets. But it's like magic. I really love magic, dude. Magic. But the problem is that in every like MMO and like action game, there is not only one type of sword per location. There is multiple types of swords. There is legendary swords, rare swords, normal swords, common cheap like broken ass fucking swords. Like fucking, imagine if this was a sword, bro. It would be fucking gray ass beaten up half sword. But there's different types of swords, there's different types of loot. But this game really has only one type of every single, you know, every single sword, every single axe, and not even all the time, but most of the time. Sometimes they don't have a sword, for example, in the location. No, swords are always there. But sometimes you don't have a mace, for example. Sometimes you don't have like two-handed axe and shit. Not every location has it, or like 200 boom, bonk, all that stuff. So that's really interesting, huh? But there's not enough of that kind of equipment, and there's only like 2 types of sets per location, tops. We're not gonna talk about Ashlands yet, or for the missiles for that matter, but every location before that has only 2 sets. Light set, heavy set. There's no difference in like, you can't really choose the drip you wanna wear, because if you wanna go hard, you go hard. If you're gonna go, you go, you know. But I always choose the light set until I realized how fucking insane the difficulty is sometimes, especially on some other locations. So yeah, it's also gonna talk about that a little bit. But there's not that much content as well. I remembered what I was talking about first, is grind. Grind is one of the game's probably most divided things, really. Because grind is really good at some point, because grind is, it's kind of cool. I really like grind, to be honest with you. I really do. For example, I would go through the entire fucking shore of Black Forest, farming teen, like bam, 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 bam. I would go through the entire fucking shore, entire fucking thing, right? collecting this shit, so I'd get the entire ship back there. By the way, the ships. The fucking ships. So, there are portals, right? There are portals in the game. And there are a little bit problem with the portal. Is that you can't get your fucking ores in there. Of course, not talking about Ashlands again, but you can't really get your ores through the fucking portal. And why is that a problem? You know what's the problem? You know why? Because ores are really fucking heavy. So, if you want to have... And first, ores are really fucking heavy. Second, the further you go into the game, the more grind you need. Like, for the one sword, you need 10 iron, for example, like 10 bronze. For the next tier, 20 iron. Or, like, I don't really remember the fucking numbers, but the idea is there. The idea is there. Further you go, more grind you need. Kinda doesn't really make fucking sense. But it's what... You know what? It's what MMOs do. But, even I who like grind, I like grind, but I fucking hate this yeah from the fucking Assassin's Creed 4. I kinda liked it in the beginning, sailing and shit. But then you go all the way through the map, back through the map. Not really back through the map, but you teleport all the way to the home. Teleport all the way to the home, you know? And even if you build the biggest ship, it's gonna have like 15 stacks. I mean, the biggest ship before Ashlands again. Ashlands really changed a lot, huh? You think about it. But yeah, that's really the problem. The traversing makes the grind fucking annoying, and I understand why they did it. So you would have to traverse more. So the ships won't be completely useless. I understand this idea. But man, I wish it was actually not like that. A little bit, not like that. For example, I really have seen a mod about how you can actually make tiered fucking portals. For example, when you get iron, you can build an iron portal which allows you to traverse iron through it and the other ores. So you need to get only once to put 2 portals in, and then you can traverse every ore. That's actually a really good idea. I really like that one, because you kind of need to go every time back, but then you would be able to traverse your needed resource through it. It's really smart. I don't know why they didn't do that, bro. I don't know why they fucking didn't do that. It's so stupid of them not to do that, man. Anyway, but the most important idea of all, the most fucking important idea of all is... I don't want to talk about this because I really feel bad, man. I'm just ranting about all the time, and I said at the beginning that I love the game. But I fucking rant it all the time like a fucking bitch ass I am, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck am I doing, dude? What my life? Anyway. The balance. That's what I have the problem with the most. And of course, grind is part of the balance. But I'm not talking about grind specifically. Grind is not that good as well. But the real big problem here, the real big kicker here is enemy balancing. That's right. Enemy balancing. And here's how it goes. Here's how it goes. I would even not say it's even enemy balancing. I would say it's the location annoyance. Because this is basically what increases with every fucking location. Every next location becomes more fucking annoying. Period. Fucking period. Okay, first 3 locations are really good in that regard. They are not annoying like at all. Of course you would need to grind their stuff. And some people don't like, for example, grind ore and the underground caves. But I don't fucking give a shit. I don't give a shit. It's pretty good. I really enjoyed it a lot. You grind a little bit of ore. You kill some mobs, you grind ore. You kill some mobs, you grind ore. This is perfect gameplay loop for me, bro. I can do this all day long, dude. Being there in the trenches, man. I can do that entire fucking day, okay? Entire day, no cap. Now, what really gets problematic is it starts really with mountains. But it's not really problematic at first. It's not really that problematic. It just becomes a little bit annoying because first, in mountains, there's really fucking stupid cold and you kinda need some clothes to make you feel better. But that's the problem. You can't make really good clothes that's gonna protect you from weather until you get through the mountains, until you get the wolf pelts and like silver and shit, right? Or you get the loxes and silver. Loxes on the plains, but you can pretty much do that. It's probably gonna be even easier. It looks better. Like Lox the Cape looks way fucking better. But it's not really the topic here. So you need to make meats, which is also pretty good actually mechanic as well. I like meats a lot. I like cooking also pretty much. You don't really like that sometimes you need to farm shit, but I really like cooking as well. It's a mechanic. At least I liked until fucking Ashlands again, but again, we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But what I was talking about again? Yeah, annoyance. Annoyance. Oh yeah. So, the mountain is really annoying in that part. Really is. Not really is, it's a little bit annoying, okay, a little bit. Then there's plains, which has those black goose which slows you down, it deals insane amount of damage. One thing. Another thing. Flies. Can you believe that the fucking flies, or like mosquitoes more like, could be more annoying than they are in real life? With when you sleep, you're like, ow, and you don't even fucking hit it. It's even worse here because these fucking mosquitoes, they go straight to you and they will the entire fucking health, like 60% of your health, depending on your armor and shit, of course. And oh my god, bro, why the fuck? But you know, it's not that annoying because if you actually be vigilant and kill them, it's not that problematic. But the real problem is if you die somewhere and then you need to run away to it, mosquito is gonna actually follow you all the fucking way because it's actually a bit faster than you are. It's actually a bit faster even when you sprint, you know. And if you go, you know how Queso says, butt naked. Oh, dude, you're gonna have a real bad time on your hands, man. A real bad fucking time. You know why? Because when you try to get your loot, this will probably gonna happen to you. This is probably what's gonna fucking happen to you. And let's say this is not exactly as God intended, as they say, you know? Not exactly the way I would prefer to play this fucking game. So, the plane's a little bit more annoying in that regard. And, but overall... What was the sound? Anyway, overall, I really like to raising settlements to the ground, you know, killing the natives and shit. Americans won't understand that one. Right? America! See, Americans? I want a view. See that? That's your map. Map? What? That's your fucking head. So you would understand what I'm talking about, right? You would understand it. Okay? You know what? Fucking... Once I'm talking about it, I gotta get to the part. We love killing natives, boys. Yeehaw! Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yes. I was talking about the annoyance, and I was talking about the planes. And yeah, the planes are a little bit annoying in that regard because of that. But it's not really that problematic and you can get used to it. Of course, it's a pain in the ass to retrieve your items, but it's not that bad. But then, this is where the core game stops. This is where the core game stops. And then, Mistlands. A lot of people actually like this one, but I am not one of those. There's really good reason for this shit. The really good reason why I'm not one of those people. Because I understand how it ruined Ashlands before people actually got Ashlands. I kinda had a feeling about it. I really didn't really understand it, but I had a feeling that it could be problematic. But nobody really understood me at the time, unfortunately. So, the Mistlands is one of those locations when they decided to go fucking bonkers and add a bunch of shit. So they added crossbows in there, you know. Now we're not on the fucking ancient times. Now we're in a how do they call it in English, bro? I fucking forgot the name. The Dark Ages, you know. The Middle Ages, yeah, the Middle Ages, real good name. With the crossbows and shit. Like fucking Assassin's Creed, I don't know. And decided to add magic and oh my god, bro, I absolutely love fucking magic, dude. Oh my goodness. This is the one thing I really adore. Because Skyrim, I was playing a mage. When I was playing some MMOs, I was playing a mage. If I had an option in every fucking game, I can be a mage. You know what I'm gonna pick. Because, you know, effects. I love this shit. I love this shit. I'm not a fucking stupid ass bitch who's gonna play like fucking warrior every time. Of course not. What am I, an idiot? What am I, fucking husband gold? Anyway, what I was talking about is with this. They added actually a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. But it turns out that the magic is a little bit OP. And that's probably what ruined the entire rest of the game for me, is that the magic is a bit OP. What I mean by that is, basically how the game operates. You have stamina. Stamina is used by running, by sprinting, by jumping, and by attacks. Bows use stamina. Crossbow uses stamina, also, new thing they added. Melee uses stamina. Blocking uses stamina. Everything uses stamina, okay? Like a fucking Dark Souls. But magic, on the other hand, doesn't need any stamina. It has its own shit, so you need to be basically on mushrooms every time. Be like, oh, I love mushrooms, bro. I don't fucking know how they actually look like, so it's gonna be like a rough impersonation of these people, you know, fucking mushroom druggies. It looks like I'm eating mushrooms right now. You know what? I'm gonna stop eating that. I just have this shit. Oh, it's gonna have fun tonight. A lot of fucking tea. Probably gonna die from overdose of this tea. Anyway, what I was talking about? I was talking about mushrooms. I was talking about magic, yeah. And the magic doesn't really need stamina, so you can actually run away, jump all you want, as long as you have the mana, which also replenishes by itself. It's not really that fast replenishes, but you can pretty much not change with any other weapons and just do that. Especially because the Mistlands adds a third set. There is a warrior set, so it's like high protection, a bit slower set. Light protection, doesn't slow, but light protection. And there's third set, which is mage set. Mage set. really good finger right there. But mage set, third one, okay? Third one, which basically adds your mana regeneration a little bit. If you have the full set, probably like twice as it's gonna regenerate twice as fast, but it's not gonna be that much regen speed. Not much armor. I'm fucking becoming bread for some reason, bro. What am I fucking doing? Okay. Anyway. So that's what happens. And the problem with magic, now you understand why, is because it's pretty strong as any other weapon, but it also doesn't need stamina, so you can actually run around all the time. And these enemies, they can't really attack you when you run around. They don't really have like, usually they don't have like big sweeping attacks, or like they can't really jump on top of you running so they can actually hit you. They try to attack you while you like, they assume they're gonna stand when they're gonna attack you. So this is why it becomes really easy to do that. And it's also added like fucking neutral enemies there, neutral mobs in there, like new gnomes. Oh, I'm a gnome. You remember this meme, bro? Oh, why the fuck did I remember that, man? Why the fuck did I remember that? Anyway, but the problem is at first is magic a bit OP. There's actually a lot of shit nobody understands why they even added. They added like a fucking home protection system, basically ballistas to protect your home, which is gonna be automatic. But you know problem with it's either attacks everything, and I mean everything, even the fucking players themselves, yeah, that's true. Or you need to put a specific head of specific mob you need to use. The problem is, at this point, there's probably like 30 types of mobs, 40? I don't fucking know how much, but a lot of different types of mobs. If you like consider the big mobs, the small mobs, you know, all the animals. And I don't fucking know. Do you need to build 30 ballistas in one place? They're pretty fucking big. You can't really do that. And I understand they actually did it because of the fucking mini-boss. But you can't really use it to automate your protection. Which is kinda what I would assume is gonna happen when you add ballista. So I would be able to automate it. I just need to make a lot of fucking bullets for this. A lot of fucking bolts. Giant as bolts. Like, bolts, bro. Like the entire tree trunk bolts, you know. But no, not really the issue. And the most problematic of them is, well, first, where the annoyance comes from for this location, okay? First, when it comes to annoyance. First is the mini-boss. And the mini-boss is really interesting here because it's a fucking... Oh... It's a fucking flying balloon which spawns small creatures like the blood from you. And while you try to fight these enemies, this shit is gonna go fireballs at you, and if you try to attack it, some fucking guy is gonna do blood from you and like constantly deplete your health. So this is pretty annoying. One thing. Second thing is the boss there. Oh, I forgot to talk about the bosses at all. But basically, the boss is not that hard. But the problem with this is the longer you go, the more bosses become pretty much bullet sponges. Pretty much bullet sponges. And you know, the last boss, of course, I beat it, the queen, the boss from the location number 6. I beat it with, you know, magic, because it's fucking easier and it's more OP and shit. And it was pretty easy, just go back, roll, go back, fucking fireball, this boss. But it's all really took a ridiculous amount of time, and I tried to use like both. I tried to use like melee, but it's still fucking long. Still fucking long, bro. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, dude. And anyway, really good thing about this location, you don't really need to swim anywhere to get medals, to get like or to put it at home. Wait, don't you though? No, you don't. You don't really need that. So yeah. Oh, I forgot to also talk about the cape. Of course, the cape. Oh my god, dude. Oh. And of course, one of the annoying things about Mistlands is that the terrain as well, it's fucking worse than mountains. There's constantly, so its traversing is annoying, and you know, you can die from falling damage easily. And this is what the added cape for. The cape. The flying feather capes. You can glide down from the top. Easy, no problem. Needed, no problem at all. But the problem with that cape is it's weak to fire damage. And let's recap a little bit. Who deals fire damage in this location? Who spits fireballs in our face while spawning some fucking creatures that can suck our blood? Or, you know, something else from the dick. You know. Who could it be? Oh yeah, the mini bosses actually deal fire damage, and they're actually some of those neutral gnomes. Some of them have bows, and some of them have magic. Fire magic. Some of them have fire magic. And the problem with that is, you just go and explore with this fucking cape. You get to Gyal, which is the name of the boss, and it fireballs you, and then you just... Imagine this is fire. This is basically what fucking happens. You just fucking die there from the one fireball because it increases like fire damage by like 200%. I think it was like 3 times as much damage, yeah. I think it's pretty much like that, or 2 times, 3 times. But it's still enough to fucking murder you. Like, no problem at all. No fucking issue at all. But, let's get back to magic. Because we basically done with this location pretty much, right? I think I explored everything there pretty much. Magic is pretty good. As an idea, it's mechanically done really well, but its balance is really problematic there. And why I'm talking about the magic so much? I talked about it so much. Why is that? Because we have one more location to go, which is called Ashlands. Oh yeah, this fucking place, bro! I fucking hate it with so my heart. I played it like fucking almost half a year ago, and I feel like it's like fucking constipation. And I'm like having this shit for the half of the year, and now I'm finally talking about it. Oh fucking yeah! Oh fucking yes! Oh my goodness, it feels so fucking great. Anyway, first, to get to this location, you need to build a special ship, which is fireproof, because, you know, around the Ashlands, there's a fire water, which is gonna damage and destroy every ship, or you, to that matter if you decide to swim. By the way, you can't really swim in this game for some reason, it's so fucking stupid. But, probably because this is why they had ships, but anyway, not really the point. We need to build a special ship, and when you get to the place, you instantly get met with a million fucking enemies. So you need to put your fucking portal there, like another shit, you know? Maybe some chests because you have a lot of loot or whatever the fuck. And all the time, millions of hordes of enemies. Bro, enemies of hordes of enemies actually try to kill you all this time. And the problem is, if you get distracted a little bit, or your portal gets destroyed, and then you get killed, guess what? Now you need to build another fucking ship. Another fucking ship. Just to go there again. With a chance of dying there again. How about that? How about fucking that? And I actually had this problem. I actually died there once. And then when I got the second time, I realized they're actually spawners. They're actually spawners. Really, really far away in the distance. And from all this fucking distance, the enemies come to you. And the fucking archers. And the swordsmen. And the fucking twitches. And the rocket. And all of the fucking hordes come to you. And some fucking pigs as well. Not the pigs, what was the... What is there? Askswins? Basically, they're like dinosaur-like fucking thingies. And there is like... What's good about this location is there's a lot of different enemies. But the difficulty of jump is fucking insane. Everybody was complaining about it at the time. But I was complaining the most of them. I wasn't really the... I didn't play this location until like half a year ago, so it was like a year later after the location passed. First thing, and the second thing is, I really, I forgot what I wanted to say, bro. Oh my god, I need to go to fucking Elder House, bro, right now. What the fuck was happening to me? There's a good of different types of mods, but I was one of the people who it pissed off the most. The people I was playing with, they weren't really have that much issue with it. They were like, oh, okay, we can get used to it. I can't fucking stand it. I just get insanely angry about it. There's a really good reason about it. I'm gonna talk about it in the end, at the end. Why I'm so angry about it, even though I like this game a lot. Even though like 80% of my playthrough, 60-70% of my playthrough was on the locations I don't think are that bad. I think are pretty good, first 5. Because, the plains and mountains are a little bit annoying, but not that much. Anyway, getting back to the Ashlands. There is a lot of different types of places, of course. There's fortresses, there's caves. Fortresses are pretty small. I would assume them to be better, to be bigger. There's lots of different types of enemies, of course. There is like 2 types of mini bosses. There's the fucking flying... what was the name of this shit? Valkyrie, I think. Fallen Valkyrie. Like, oh... One of the attacks is like that, okay? I don't fucking remember how it looks like. It's like really, really fucking dark and like dark birdish shit. And another one is Morgan. I don't fucking know how to pronounce it, but it's like a fucking giant blob with a lot of fucking tentacles or whatever the fuck these things are. These fucking limbs are, I don't know what it is. Which allows to run around and like... try to do that shit. But... it's really fucking hard. For some reason. And the jump difficulty is insane and I really hated it because of this. And there's one problem. And another problem, which I already talked about, but... I can't underestimate how fucking annoying that is. How many enemies is there? And you know why it's problematic? It's like, why is that? Diablo has a lot of enemies. How can that be problematic, bro? Well, first is, the game's ideal combat system is 1v1. Because you can parry the guy. Not parry, but perfect block, which is pretty much the fucking same thing. You can parry somebody. You can roll from somebody. You can attack somebody. And some weapons are pretty direct. For example, like fucking spears. And, you can't really stun usually enemies from one hit. Especially in this fucking location you can't. Ooh. This is why the magic here is so good. And this is probably why magic is at fault here as well. Because, the developers seen magic and they were like, oh, it's a pretty OP. So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna nerf magic to require it to use some stamina? Or we're gonna make the entire difficulty of the next location based on the fact that we have magic now. In that you can use magic, run around all the time, and basically have it fun with that. And they decided to do this location with the fucking thought in mind that you're gonna use magic all the time. And in the end, they were right, because they kind of pushed you to it. I tried to run around there when I just started out in this location with swords and like shields and shit, and like the bow. The bow's not that bad, but it's kind of really fucking slow, especially if you didn't use it all the time before that. But it was really fucking painful and miserable experience, because you try to attack some guy in order to stun him, in order to stun lock, and there's another guy comes to you and attacks you, or there was already several people next to you, so you need to roll around like crazy, and then you have stamina to attack. But you know, again, magic doesn't really have that problem. So basically, magic ruined the entire location for people, and for me, period. And it was barely more or less playable with magic, until you get stronger, of course, then you choose whatever you want, but it was barely more or less playable with magic. But imagine if I tried to push all the time with a fucking normal weapon. Ooh, that wouldn't be a good experience at all. But this is one problem why a lot of enemies is bad, because, you know, combat system not really expecting you to fight that many. Not really expecting you to fight that many, especially because these enemies don't really have the smart AI when one attacks another waits for it. You know, some games pretty much do have that. For example, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood pretty much has that, or you know, a lot of other games have that. There's one attacks another way, so you can actually fight 1v1 or like 2v1 all the time, not like 10v1. There's no really system like that. That's one thing. Another thing, when you get stronger and when you fight more, you kind of get tired of that shit. You kind of like, I don't want to deal with that bullshit, dude. I don't want to deal with that bullshit. I don't want to. And you pretty much feel like that. You pretty much do. And, you know, I really feel ya. I really feel ya, bro. Because this is exactly how I fucking feel. That's exactly how I fucking felt, I would even say that. And, I kind of got tired of talking, to be honest. I kind of get fucking tired of talking. But what I was talking about is, I'm trying to focus. I kind of started to lose my focus since like fucking 20 minutes ago. Which is like half of the fucking video I'm recording. Anyway, what was I talking about? Fuck! I forgot, bro! Oh my goodness! Let me remember that. 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 Let me remember the slightest moment in your skin. What? I don't know. Anyway. The problem with a lot of enemies is that once you get used to it, once you get stronger resources, you actually farm some fortresses and shit, right? You farm some fortresses. You kind of get tired of fucking fighting all those enemies all the time, so you need to run around. You start to run from them. To just get to the point B, you try to run from them and hope they can actually stop pursuing you. Oh, not that they're not fast enough at least. And you just go, destroy a spawner with spawns like skeletons and shit. You go to another place, you destroy the spawner, another place, spawner, another place, spawner. You don't really fight the fucking enemies anymore. And that's a problem. Because when in an action game, you don't really want to do action, there is something wrong with the game, isn't there? In that particular case, with the location. If you don't do it on location, there's probably some problem with the location. So yeah. And the boss. Ooh, the boss. Ooh, dude. That was one of the weirdest bosses I've had ever, to be honest with you. Because sometimes this boss spams like giant ass fucking attack. It's like, or like a, and there was like walls of fire started appearing from the earth, dude. And like and you need to run away from like 50 seconds. I actually counted how many. Sometimes you need to run for 50 seconds, not 15. 50. Sprinting 50 seconds. Run around around this fucking boss, so you would be able to finally attack him. Now, when I had magic with me, which I always use in this location, to be honest, I actually looked at my stamina as well, you know? And I had full stamina in the beginning, and then when he stopped all of his attacks, of his spams, which it's not always 50 seconds, but it sometimes is, and when this fucking shit happens, you run, and then you get a 0 stamina. You even stop sometimes, and then you do mini sprints so you would avoid the attack. you get 0 stamina. Now, let's remember about the other weapons, okay? Not magic. They require stamina. All of them require stamina to hit. Bows require stamina to hit. Crossbows require stamina to hit. So, here's the problem for you. Here's the question for you. How the fuck do you would attack it if you don't have stamina? Only with magic. Now you see why magic is problematic, right? Because the entire game was probably fucking, balanced with that in mind. I don't know, maybe something changed in the last 2 months. Probably I was like, who fucking cares about this game? I don't even wait for the last update because I kind of have a negative expectations about it because I see the fucking trend and it goes, and this crash is probably gonna be the last fucking update. I really hope it's gonna be better than the previous one. At least the Ashlands. I'm not talking about Mistlands even, but at least the Ashlands. But really small chance of that happening. And this boss also, about the boss, we're not finished yet. We're not finished yet. This boss was also really, really fucking tanky for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but it was really, really tanky because every boss tankiness goes freeze got to the moon, baby. And it was really tanky. You needed to spend a shit ton of stamina just to run away from it. Sometimes it spawned enemies, but it's not a problem because it destroyed it as well. But I'll be honest, it was one of the hardest bosses I played in this game, which doesn't mean it was exactly hard. It was annoying more like than hard, but it was more fun I had with bosses than the previous bosses. That's true, and I even died to this one once. Then there was a mother incident, which is a boss in the mountains, where I got really unlucky with the spawn, and it had always baby fucking summoned to me, and when the baby is like, hey, you try to attack them, and then the mother, so I died to there a few times. I was really fucking screaming my lungs out, bro. I was like, ah, fucking hell, Bro, I got jump scared by my own fucking scream. How about that? Did you expect that? I didn't expect that, bro. I didn't expect that. Now, so this is the game. It goes good. Okay, what the good, pretty good. Okay, but there's something fucking weird. And what the fuck is that? With the fucking last location. And you see why this trajectory doesn't really get good to me. Because how some smart people say, 2 points make a line. And if there's a lot of points, sometimes they make not a line, but like fucking hyperbole. Or whatever that name is. Oh, yeah. Math class really paid off for me, huh? I don't really fucking remember the name of the fucking graph, but who fucking cares anyway? Nobody fucking cares about this, really. Anyway, why I really care about this game so much so that I spent 43 minutes? What? I thought it was like 20. Anyway. I just really surprised about it. Anyway, what's really crazy about this shit is that I really had high expectations of this game. And I originally played it when the Mistlands already came out, but I never got to Mistlands until recently because I was kind of started to play them and I was like, I don't really want to do that. So I kind of had high expectations in the beginning. Really, even though I haven't played it from the original 2021 release, but I really like the game. I really like the core systems, and I was like, damn, I really wished they did these 2 locations better. And there's not that much you can change with the Mistlands. You don't need to change that much, but just nerf magic a bit and fucking Ashlands, and I'll fucking delete it and redo it entirely, bro. I don't fucking know. It doesn't even look that. It kind of looks a little bit cool-ish at the beginning, but it's kind of dark and ashy. Oh, Ashland's ashy. Who would have thought of that, huh? I really did a shocker to you, huh? I just fucking remembered Hassan Kaya's situation, bro. Shocker. The word shock now triggers this fucking meme with me, okay? It triggers this meme with me. Okay, where's... I actually had it somewhere. Wait a moment. Wait a minute. I actually had it somewhere here. I was making it... Oh! I'm gonna show it to you right now, dude. I'm gonna show it to you right now. Wait a moment. Hey! Oh, here it is. See that? Such a shocker, dude. Now I understand what I'm talking about, okay? Oh my god, yeah. The situation is pretty bad, but it's kind of funny. A lot of funny memes. Anyway. I really liked it But the potential, it has a lot of potential, but as you can see, that doesn't really live up to it to me. And I feel like I'm a pretty much a crazy person on this, because a few people who I talked about this about, they don't really feel the same way as I do. They're like, it's okay, it's okay. But I kind of like, I really expected more of you, Iron Gate. Oh, dude. So yeah, this is why I feel so strongly about it. If I didn't care about the game, I would be like, who fucking cares, whatever. Like, I sometimes do that to games, you know? It's like, I don't really like it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna fucking quit and not even bitch about it in the fucking slightest. But here, I spent like hundreds of hours playing this, and let me get the Steam. So I would be able to, instructing Steam updating package, bro. I don't want to deal with that shit. Do that quicker. Gone. Anyway, that's what I really feel about it, Valheim. And it was a really long fucking video, and you know, I actually didn't want one of those in a while. I actually did it, and I checked it was like late 2024. Can you imagine that? I thought it was actually like really long time ago. It wasn't even a year. Wow. Anyway, where is my fucking Valheim? I have a lot of games. Valheim. Oh. 634. 634. That's pretty neat. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Well, that's it for me. That's it for me. I said everything I wanted to. I actually wanted to make, again, I wanted to make a full video about it. Add the graphics, add like some fucking... I made like 100, 200 clips to make every few seconds. And then I realized I don't want to edit all of that together at all. It feels like a lot of work. I did it, I believe, in like August. The same time I did the fucking... I want to say Danny video. Fuck, what was the name of this guy who played the... Push. What is the name? Dude, I forgot a name, dude. I forgot a name. Wait, I have it on my channel, bro. I have it on my channel. Oh, capitalism is ruining gaming. Did I put it to unlisted? I'm gonna return all those videos. You know what? It's part of my history. I don't know why I removed them. I felt so bad about it. Alois. I just looked at the fucking thumbnail and I remembered it. Alois. Alois is the name of the guy. And yeah. I did it right after I pushed the Alois video. But anyway, that's gonna be all from me. I think I yapped enough today. I realized by watching all of those videos, all of those shorts? Videos. All those videos that I actually, my energy level doubled since we last met. How about that count? You know, we all love good Star Wars reference, huh? Anyway, that's gonna be all from me. I really enjoyed talking about this, finally getting off my chest. Like, after a few days of not cheating, you finally get this. You finally get into it, and you're like, okay, here we go. Probably a bit weird, but you know what? It's fine with me. It's fine with me, boy. Hey. Anyway, it's gonna be all from me this time around. See ya, probably never, because I kind of stopped uploading here, and I do it because I kind of want to, but I rarely want to. I don't really have the time for this. Trying to stream and shit, you know. Trying to be a bit more entertaining, because this is what I wanted to do all the time. I just didn't have the balls to do it. So I decided, no, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it, mate. Anyway, it's gonna be all from me this time around. Bye.